4 smiles? Like, what? Okay, then. Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I will be reacting to episode 8 of Moonlight Chicken, the series finale episode here. It literally has come quickly. They gave us 2 episodes a week, and now we are going to be done with the series after this episode. So yeah, the expectations is high, so I'm just going to get straight into it. But before I get into it, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So, subscribe if you feel like you want to do that here. And also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you watch it to the end and if you like the video here. But without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. Let's go. I love this actress. There's just something about her. Something about her. That's a good point that Uncle Jim is making, because he did mention that him and his sister left home. And, I don't know what was going on with the home situation, but the fact that they both left together, it must have not been that great of an environment. So it is kind of coming full circle, the fact that they wanted to do what they wanted to do, so they had to leave the comfort of where they grew up in order to become the adults that they are today. And then now they have to apply that same logic and that same exact feeling that they had when they were young and they wanted to do what they wanted to do without adults telling them what they should be doing instead, to Li Ming and what he is choosing to do here. So this is going to be interesting to see how they apply that here. Oh, now she okay with it? Now she okay. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we was getting mixed messages from Uncle Jim about his sister. Maybe she is not homophobic. Possibly. I don't know. Okay, she just worried about him as a mother. Yeah. Because people can be unnecessarily cruel and evil towards people in general, let alone when sexualities become involved, and the crazy things that people will do and say. It's ridiculous at times. So I get what she's saying about being worried for him as a mother. Yeah. Because he is still young and he might not be ready for the way the world, the certain people in the world will choose to react to him. So yeah. Okay, like not this kind of going into the way Earth Mix just acts with each other in general. Like if you've ever seen Earth Mix Space season 1 or season 2, which is currently airing on GMMTV, go show season 2 and season 1 episodes some love. But if you've ever seen them act, or just on that show, just in general, it's just a documentary of them like just doing various activities together because they've been friends for a very long time. Like this is just them on a regular day, like just out of nowhere. I was like, that's best friend behavior right there. That's all I'm gonna say. This is giving very much Earth Mix, this scene here. I love to see it. You also feel like it's an extra home for you at his place. Come on now, Uncle Jim. They're mad cute together. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, she got a picture of him in her wallet. That's beautiful. Because she must have really loved his father. And they don't go into what happened to him. But he must not be living anymore. And that's why she didn't get married for a very long time. Because some women don't get married after that happens. And so the fact that she was able to find somebody else, and the only person that she really wanted to okay that marriage for her to be able to marry this man that she with is her son. That's significant. That's pretty impactful. So yeah. Okay, so I'm starting to think that bubble tea is Li Ming's love language, because he gets it for her and him all the time, and now he's even getting it for his mom and him. I believe that bubble tea has to be his love language. That's the way he shows that he cares about someone, is getting them bubble tea. I feel it. That's so beautiful and innocent. I love that. I gotta say it one more again, but Cow Tongue and the way that he acts and the way that he can emote through his eyes, this man is truly so genius. this man is truly so genius. And First as well, and Earth as well, and Mix as well, and a lot of other people on the cast, they really know how to emote through their eyes. Because the way the realization and then the acceptance of the fact that now he gets why Uncle Jim told him what he told him when he asked if he ever saw him in a romantic light. He gets now that Uncle Jim is really in love with Wen and vice versa. And, he's happy that Uncle Jim is happy. And then I like how he just wants time to himself to gather his emotions, not just with his mother passing, but also just giving up the fact that he had this and I think that Gaipa's of Uncle Jim was just because Uncle Jim was he was always around. But I think as soon as you kind of distance yourself from that person, you realize that it wasn't it was just that proximity likeness that you realize once you are actually into someone that you truly care about was not even really romantic at all, was platonic, but it's just the possessiveness that you felt towards that person at the time. You mistook it for that's what I think is happening in this Gaipa situation. I think he mistook his respect and his admiration for Uncle Jim and thought it was but I don't think it really was, because we're gonna see, because I have a feeling that Gaipa gonna experience what a real is with Alan. I want to believe they're gonna write it. I don't care if it's the last episode. I'm still on my Alan Gaipa Alan ship, and I know it's gonna sail. I know it has to sail. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's time. It's time for Uncle Jim to close this chapter. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. So they both moving out. You know what? This is deep. I'm glad that Alan is at that point to where he's just making sure that Wen knows that he's gonna be all right. And that's why I'm glad that it's kind of in a way, a double entendre in what he's saying, in that he's saying not only is his injury, he can walk on his own because his injury is healed, he just needs to be careful. He's also saying he can walk on his own in terms of in this new life where they're not romantically involved. But they're still on good terms. But it's just Alan needs to be in a place where he can make sure that he is separating himself from Wen, because that's a long time. I think it's they've been together for 5-ish years. On and off as that might have been, that's a while. And it takes a while to untangle yourself from the person when it's been romantic for that long. And to go back to being platonic, it's going to take some adjustment. So I'm glad that he's letting Wen know, I got it from here. I got it from here. And he's you might be concerned, and that concern is, it's appreciated. But I got it from here. I love that. I love that. RIT. Yeah, that is Rochester Institute of Technology. Why do I know that school? Got a family member that went there. I graduated from there. And that is a school that is very inclusive for people of the deaf community. Very inclusive. The family member who actually went to RIT also knew ASL before she went and learned it even more when she went there, because they have a lot of deaf programs and a lot of departments for deaf people, and ASL interpreters, aka American Sign Language interpreters, at the school, and ASL teachers at the school, which is fantastic. So the fact that they're known out here in Thailand, I'm that is cool, because that's what they are. They're really impactful. They're in Rochester, New York, that university, and yeah, they're doing a lot of inclusivity in the terms of the deaf community. And the city of Rochester has a lot of great history that I didn't even know about until my family member went there. And so, yeah, I'm glad that they're, the fact that it's on here on on GMMTV of all the companies in Thailand. I'm like, this is cool. It's cool to see. So yeah, this is for real, y'all. So if there's anybody who y'all know who's hard of hearing or who is deaf, RIT, that is a good school for them to go to. It is an inclusive school for them to go to. Yeah, no, this is so awesome to see this shouted out like this. It's awesome. So Hart and Li Ming are going to the States together. Not them doing merit together so they could beat each other in another. Okay, y'all. Like, it's so significant. Like when Uncle Jim and Wen were doing merit together, I was thinking the same thing. But in Thailand, whenever you do merit together, especially as people who are romantically linked, even if you're not romantically linked, whenever you do merit together with someone, it basically is like proving your bond before the gods and the ancestors. And it guarantees that your souls will meet in whichever next life you both end up in. And I love that. And also, it kind of parallels the way their characters for Fourth and Gemini and Fourth, however you want to say it, are doing merit together. And then the fact in the alternate universe, aka my school president, their characters met under different circumstances, but they met. And then it was really funny about that is in my school president, Gemini's character, Tin, is pursuing Force character, Gun. And in here, Force character, Li Ming, is pursuing Heart. Like, parallels. Oh, that's all to say. Impressive man out here in these streets, and it's working. Look at Heart's little smile. Oh, that was so cute. Oh, I love these two. It just shows how much love uncles and nephews, aunts and nieces, that type of vibe, have for one another. Because Uncle Jim would be treating Li Ming like he is his own son. It's not just an uncle-nephew relationship. He loves him like he is his own son. I'm like, yes. And vice versa. Li Ming loves Uncle Jim like he's another father figure. So it's just beautiful to see that kind of relationship shown, because sometimes you don't get to see it, but you know that it's there. It's just you don't always get to see it on TV. You know that the family bonds are that strong, but it's wonderful to see it on TV. It's just beautiful. That's all I'm saying. And it's not life. It's more like society will tell you that, oh, you're too old for this. And I'm like, and with all due disrespect, fuck that. With all due disrespect. Because you're never too old for something. People are like, you're too old for this. No, you're not. Because even though our body gets older, our spirit doesn't. Our spirit is forever young. And so that's why you have people who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, who still have the same dreams as someone who is in their late 10s, aka 18, 19, or their early 20s, or even someone in their 30s, because your body just ages, but your spirit doesn't. And I think we need to remember that you could still have that older people could have the same aspirations. They could still want their dreams. Like some people want to be actors, some people want to be singers, or some people want to be fashion designers or other simpler dreams than that. And you're never too old for that. You're never too old for your dream to come true. And it's never too late. As long as you're living and breathing on this earth, it's never too late to do something that you want to do. Something that you probably weren't able to do because responsibilities in life got in the way. But now that you're older, you can just sit down and actually dream again. Dream again and do it. Because life can't stop you and society can't stop you. The only person that could truly stop you from fulfilling your dream or at least pursuing your dream is you. So yeah, I'm like, but I love that they're pointing that out. Society likes to sometimes put an age limit on something, but in most things in this life, especially where dreams are concerned, there's no age limit on that. You can always try for your dreams, regardless of how old or how young you are. never let that stop you from pursuing your dream and your passion, especially when it's something you love to do. And yeah, that's the end of my TED Talk. Okay, Alan, you looking all intently at Gaipa here. That's all I'm gonna say. I see you, Alan. I see you. Then we're gonna play it again. We're gonna rewind it. See that? He's looking at him. He's really looking at him. Okay, Alan. I don't know what's happened in these last 2 months, but Alan is looking very hard at Gaipa right now. And he's out here smiling, giving happy vibes, okay? And smiling again. We have not seen Alan smile the entire series. And you mean to tell me in less than 30 seconds, this man has not smiled once, but twice? Oh, and then he smiled the other time when he first met Gaipa. So this is 3 times that this man has smiled. Oh, I know something is going on. You know what, Alan? Something is going on between Alan and Gaipa, or something will happen. I don't know which, but this man is giving love at first sight. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's been 2 months. We did a time jump here. Something is happening. Something is happening. How's that relevant, Alan? Did Alan just ask for Gaipa's phone number? Like I said, the ship is sailing. Okay, so I don't care what nobody had to say about the fact that Alan and Gaipa, people were saying, oh, they're not ever going to get together. This is not a series where First and Cal's characters are going to get together. And now look at what we have here. It took 8 episodes for us to get here. But never doubt the process. Never doubt the process. I trust it completely. This is Piaf we're talking about. This is First Cal we're talking about. When have they ever been in the same show and their characters not together? Or at least coming together soon? Please. Now that we know, Alan out here asking for numbers. I'm like, and smiling. He gave us 3 smiles in under a minute from Mr. Gaipa here. I'm like, it's giving sprung. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, and then also, this is like such a parallel between the energy Alan was giving Uncle Jim in that same exact office not too many episodes ago when he was like, give me back my pen, all aggressively, and then how he almost let Cal walk out of the room with his pen and Cal had to return it. And even here, Alan was hesitant to take it back. All I'm gonna say is a pen is a metaphor for the heart, and Alan done gave it to Gaipa already, and he don't want it back, period. And even looking back at the office, what did this man text you? This is so beautiful. So Leng works at the water park now. He has a son named Jason, and Praew doesn't have to work anymore because she's just taking care of the baby. I love this so much. They went from trying to figure out how he was going to have enough money for her dowry to them getting married, her having the baby, and her not having to work, and Leng getting a really good job at the water park. This is beautiful. I love this for them. Whose baby is that? Did Li Ming's mama have a daughter with Pitong? Because she's conveniently looking like the both of these people. She looked like the both of them put together and a little girl. And that's how you know the casting directors was on their job with this. Because she looks like both of these actors. If you were to put them together, and that would be the woman version of the little girl version of them. That is too cute. So I'm wondering if that is Li Ming's sister. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I find it awesome the way that Li Ming is looking at Heart, interacting with, I believe that's his little sister. That's what I believe. And it's funny because the way that kids can pick up on sign language, especially when they're like babies, infants, and toddlers, and then going into that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mark, how fast they can pick up on sign language when you show them how to do it, and the way that she just picked it up instinctively from heart when he just showed her just now. I'm like, the intelligence the kids have, the intelligence, we all need to get there. That's all I would say. I think he just said that his sister is cute. And I was like, oh, that's adorable. She is a very adorable kid. I think that's what he said. I think he just said that his little sister is very cute. And then he goes, they're not as cute as you. I'm like, Li Ming always is there with the flirtation. Always. We all got a friend like Leng who don't know how to be quiet when you are obviously crushing on somebody, because it's the way he's calling Gaipa out for me, and the way Alan is eating it up and smiling right here. It's the way he's calling out Gaipa and the way Alan is eating it up. I'm like, sir, he is smiling ear to ear. Alan loves to see it. The fact that Gaipa likes him as much as he likes him. Oh my goodness. My ship is sailing. Our ship is sailing. For all the Alan Gaipa / Gaipa Alan people who was steadfast in their knowing that it would be coming to fruition. Okay, let's hear it for us. Okay, because look at what we got. This show, all I will say is it is complete and utter perfection, because the way that they ended it is just so beautiful and so spot on and so like worth it. Like the Moonlight Chicken finale is everything. Like, I have nothing else left to say. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal in every way that I hoped it would be. And yeah, like the screenwriters, shout out to them. P. Off, who is the director, the camera people, the lighting people, the makeup people, the set people, like the casting directors, all of them, like the producers, everybody who had a hand, especially behind the scenes, because we know the actors was in their bag here. But everybody behind the scenes who was helping the actors get there, they deserve their kudos and their props just as much and just as hard, because they really made this story real. And they really made it just phenomenal. Like, I haven't kept up with the Midnight series at all. I was just excited about this one just because P-Off was attached to it. And this one, like, I haven't seen the other ones, but it's really setting a tone here. You felt like you were in this world that they were creating. And we were only in it for 4 weeks, like literally a month. And they've made characters that you really love and you felt passionately about. You felt passionately about Alan and Wen and their situation together. And when that was all going on, you felt passionately about Uncle Jim and Li Ming and Hart and Gaipa and Praew and Leng and all the other side characters as well. Like, there was no one who wasn't fleshed out in this series. And that's very rare to find in a series that's only 8 episodes long. But they did that. So it's a big old shout out to them. And of course the cast. From Earth to Mix to Gemini and Fourth, this was their first acting role. And they took it over. They really did that. They both were 17 at the time, so they were still minors on this show, and this was their first TV series that they did. They did that. They knocked it out of the ballpark. They literally lived up to all the expectations and excelled and exceeded them as well, because they were phenomenal, both of them. So I just got to say that as well. And then Cow Tongue and First, my God. I'm like, they never disappoint. And it's wonderful to see these two paired together. Those two. And then, of course, you have Mark and View. They weren't in there as much, but love them. Love them so much. It's Praew and Leng. And, it's just phenomenal. Everybody was wonderful, and it was a great ending. Like, Hart and Li Ming are going off to America together, and Li Ming is going to be studying and working, and Hart is going to be out of school where there will be other deaf people like him, and he'll be able to major and have teachers who could specialize and help and who could sign as well, so he doesn't feel alienated. So I love that for him. And then even Jam, Uncle Jim's sister, she has her life with her husband and her daughter. And Uncle Jim has a man, and he is living his actual dream that he wants to live the way he wants to live it. And I love that as well. I'm like, everybody, and then Alan got Gaipa, and Gaipa got Alan. And I love that. And it's the budding, like the start of their relationship. And I really, really love that. So everybody got an ending worth having. And I love that. But yeah, that is all. I've been rambling, but it wasn't like sad to see this show go, because the way that they wrote it, it just left you fulfilled, really. And that's the way that's the way it should be done always. It just left you like, I don't think I need to see more, but I would love to, of the characters here. But I'm just happy with this. Like, that's how good this finale was. I'm happy with this, for real. Like, I don't feel like I need a second season or anything. I want one, but it's not a need. It would just be an added extra awesomeness if they could do that. But yeah, I love this though. I really love it. And so yeah, that's all I got. Nothing else to say. It was just a great, phenomenal ending to a great, phenomenal series. And that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much all. So yes, if you have stayed until the end of this video, thank you so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are watching this video here on YouTube. And once again, the patron shout out does go out to Possum Baby. Once again, thank you for subscribing to my content on Patreon and for being a wonderful supporter. Again, thank you so much. And then also, if you want to see full versions of my reactions to Moonlight Chicken, then you can catch them down below. I will link my Patreon down below, and you can see if you want to, go ahead and become a paid tier on Patreon and see what you want to do there. But that is pretty much it, and that's pretty much all. I will be back with more reactions relatively soon. But this is farewell for me for right now, to Moonlight Chicken, and to y'all. And until the next video, bye.